So you've got a preview with a for sale by owner today, correct?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Congratulations. And the purpose of the appointment is to create a foundation and build a relationship to follow up from, number one. Secondly, go with the mindset that you are going to have fun and you're going to learn. And if this turns into opportunity, then that's a bonus. And it's practice. Have fun.
Are there any like specific questions I should ask when I'm there?
Yeah, of course. So from the moment they answer the door, good afternoon. My name is John Dietz. We had an appointment today at 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock. I am so excited to be here. May I come in? I'm going to walk in the front door. Thank you so much for the opportunity to see your beautiful home. Would you like me to take my shoes off? Before we go on a tour of your home, I'd just like to ask you if you would take me on a tour. Pretend I'm a buyer. Show me your home just like you would if I was a buyer. I'm going to ask lots of questions and I'm going to take lots of notes because this is the information I'm going to use to help you sell your home. Now, as you tour the home, ask them questions that a buyer would ask. How long have you lived in your home? What kind of updates have you made? Ask them, how old is the roof? How old is the AC system? If it's an older house and you can tell that there's been updates, first of all, compliment them on the updates and ask them when did they make those updates. As you're touring the home, speak out loud as you're taking notes. In other words, when you walk into the kitchen, wow, this is a beautiful kitchen. I love your countertops. Are these granite countertops? And you're writing this down. Maple cabinets, beautiful. Stainless steel appliances, awesome. Travertine floors, love them. Just keep touring the home and asking questions and taking notes like their house. Just out of curiosity, when your home sells, where are you moving to? The reason I'm asking that question is we have lots of properties on the market, and part of my job is to find a buyer for those properties. I mean, after all, that's exactly what you would want me to do for you, isn't it? Now, before you leave the house, thank them for the opportunity to see their home. Have the exit conversation, which is, before I leave, I'd like to ask you a couple questions. Is that okay? They're going to say yes. In my experience, most people that are selling their home by owner like you have a game plan for how long they're going to sell by owner before they hire a professional like me. Is it okay if I ask you what your game plan is? Perfect. How long? Awesome. Now, my second question is, again, most for sell by owners are selling their home by owner in order to save on the fee. Is that the reason you're selling by owner? They're going to say yes. Of course, that makes sense. And if a real estate agent like me was to bring you an offer, you would pay them a fee of 3% for representing the buyer in that transaction, wouldn't you? Yes. So the difference between selling your home by owner and working with a professional like me is just 3%. It's not 6%, correct? They're going to go, well, yeah, didn't think of that. Cool. Now, before I leave, I'd just like to share with you that I'm really good at follow-up, which means I will stay in touch. I'm super persistent and I'm not pushy. Thank you for the opportunity to see your home, and I'll talk to you in a couple of days. All right, that was on speed dial, the entire preview process. How's that, Sade? Did that help?
Yes, that helps a lot. Thanks.
There you go. Go have a good time.
Hey, John, real quick.
Now, wait, Alex, hold on a second. This is important. Sade, are you listening?
Yes.
Here's the key to success. Get to a point where you're doing this once a day. Meaning a year from now, you will have met face-to-face with 250 people who potentially can hire you. They're in a funnel. And then follow up with them consistently, persistently, forever, until they sell their home or list their home. And 10% of them minimum are going to hire you, which means I just told you how to take 25 listings. And the success is in the numbers. It's not in today's appointment.
Hey, John, how does that second follow-up call, the second week, go?
Yeah, Frank. So thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you. I know you're busy. I only need 60 seconds. Just want to check in and see, is your home still for sale? Yes. Have you had any offers? What kind of feedback are you hearing? What are people saying? Okay. And is there anything I can do for you today? Nope. Cool. I will keep looking for a buyer so I can bring you an offer, and I'll talk to you next week.
Perfect.
You got it. All right, guys. Impromptu coaching. I hope you were okay with that. Tell me something good. Alex, I cut you off. Talk to me.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind you when you were asking about the shoes, don't forget nowadays you're also wearing a mask, and ask them if they feel comfortable as far as the mask on or off.
Bingo. Thank you. 100%. You're absolutely right. Go to the door wearing one, by the way. And if they're wearing one, keep it on. And if they're not, ask them if they would like you to keep your mask on, or is it okay if you take it off? And stay 6 feet away. Talk to me, guys. Tell me something good. I need positive energy.
I had a question about the,
Angel.
I'm sorry. I had a
Angel.
question about, I think it was Nadine that was going to send you, how could I net you more money? Did that come in? I didn't see it.
If she sent it to me, I didn't see it.
Okay.
But then again, that's not on
Okay.
on Nadine. That could be on me. I'm a recovering non-perfectionist when it comes to email, so I'll have to go look and see if I got that email.
All right, just wondering.
Yeah, me too. Now I'm wondering.
John, what about offer them the seller disclosure or something like that?
Absolutely, Marisol. So items of value that you could bring to for sale by owners is ask them if they filled out disclosures. They're going to say no. And ask them if it would be okay if you dropped off seller's disclosures for them to fill out. You're adding value. Don't help them fill them out. Don't fill them out for them. Just drop off the seller's disclosures. You could also offer to drop off a sign-in sheet for buyers to sign in when they come see their home, and then offer to drop by and pick up the sign-in sheet and call those buyers for feedback. And now you have buyers that are looking for homes too.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to me. Tell me something good. I'm looking for one success story before we get started. This is great impromptu coaching, guys. I mean, hopefully you're getting value, and I need to hear something good.
Well, I'm going to go for something today. I have a walkthrough. It's a short-term rental. They sold their house and they're looking in Parkland and Coral Springs for a house. And I know from yesterday, thanks to Michael Topo, the whole inventory analysis. And so she's a full-time lawyer with a real estate license. So she's thinking of being her own realtor. And I'm going to try to become her realtor based on that she's working full-time, inventory's low, the good houses are going to be snapped up before she has a chance to get over there. I could get over there and FaceTime her tour and, you know, have some value. So I'm going to try to become her realtor, even though she has a license.
I love it. I love it. I love that. And you're not judging away opportunity, because most people would say she has a license, waste of time. Can I coach you on just a small paradigm shift?
Yes, please.
Don't try to convince her that she should hire you.
Okay.
Focus on building a relationship and bringing value to that relationship.
Okay.
And she will hopefully self-discover that it's in her best interest not to represent herself and hire you.
Okay.
Right?
So can I just say that has been what I've gotten from you in the last few months. It took a long time to come in. It has shifted the way I do business, and opportunities open the door. It's crazy.
Isn't it?
It's unbelievable. What you're saying right now really works.
Yeah.
And you really are genuinely trying to help people, and all of a sudden they just want to work with you.
Here, write this down. The less you focus on attracting opportunity, the more opportunity you'll attract.
Hey, John, we've learned so much from you, I guess, over the last couple of years. What we've also done is kind of take it a little further by dropping off generic open house signs to the for sale by owners.
Love that.
Those, owners that want to, hey, I want to have an open house this weekend. Okay, great. You know what? We have some for sale by owner non-branded signs that, we'll drop over this Wednesday for your open house on Saturday. Besides that, we're really big on holding open houses for the for sale as well. And we're letting the homeowners know, hey, listen, before we hold the open house, what we'll do is we'll door knock, 100 houses right here in the local area, and then we'll hold an open house for you.
Love that. Good job, Corey.
Can I ask a question?
Huge value. Huge, huge, huge. Yes, Alex, of course.
So going back to Corey's idea about sending non-branded open house signs, what would be the problem of having your branded open house signs? Let me go ahead and put them up, and this way you've already kind of marked your territory.
When you say mark your territory, I'm thinking of my dogs in the backyard, right?
There you go.
I don't know if that's legal. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. If Cindy Hayden is on the phone, I know she'll be able to answer that for me. What's your thought on that? What's your thought? Well, there's Cindy. Talk, Cindy.
Yeah. No, I think it's called, like marketing without a contract, right? So,
Yeah.
And with all the crazy new rules, I think Corey's got it dead on.
Thank you.
The other opportunity right now has been talking to people about the COVID-19 disclosure that, Florida Realtors came out with, and just say, hey, are you aware of maybe I can help you reduce the liability that.
Wow.
So
Isn't that awesome? Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, nobody else even knows that, right? So it's brand, so again, we're bringing in value that nobody else is talking about. Like, was anybody else, worried about your, exposure? Right.
Right, drop the mic, end the call. You guys have a good weekend.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Wow.
That was so awesome. Thank you, Cindy.
Welcome.
Love this group.
I have a question for Corey. If you're going to hold an open house for someone who's still living in the house, do you have anything you get signed for, like if something gets stolen or liability for you?
You know what? To be honest, we have not at all. Knock on wood. No. But what we do is, we prepare the sellers. Hey, listen, out of 20 years that I've been selling real estate, I've, maybe one instance I may have something taken from one of my sellers, but what I really need for you to do is anything personal, just please put it up. Your diamond rings, put it up. Your rings, put it up. Your watches, put it up. Put it in a safe place.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Yes. And for the properties you have that listed as well, same thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A question for Corey: when you do an open house for a FSBO, are they home?
Some of them are, some of them are not. Just the same thing. If you have a seller that's under that is listed with you legal, listed. Some sellers like to be home, some don't. We prefer for them not to be home, but however their comfort level is when it comes to for sale by owners, we do whatever it takes.
Good stuff. You guys are bringing great value to the call. Really, really good stuff. Anything else before I jump into 15 minutes Rainmaker? Going. Here we go.
John, okay. Before you jump in Rainmaker, when Paige was talking, the little bell in my head went off, and I would love to hear when she was talking about sort of providing value, but I was imagining that there's also some pain points she could share, and I'm sure you could brilliantly highlight, somebody's an active attorney, what's their cost per hour? And, like you said, when people are getting 10 offers in one day, a lot of times people are looking at, who that offer comes from, because if you're representing the seller, so those kind of things. So I just was curious because I'm like building my little pain list, the doctor of pain over here.
It's great. It's a great question.
Thank you, Cindy.
It's a great question. Yeah. So completely off the top of my head, I would ask questions about their law practice. How many cases are they handling? How many hours are they working in a week? What is their return on the time that they invest? In other words, how much are they making per hour? And then I would just share with them, you know, as a real estate agent, from the time we get an offer to negotiate the offer, to execute the contract, to make sure that the buyer is approved, to speak with their lender, to make sure that they've pulled a credit check, and also to make sure that they don't have a home they need to sell, because they don't have to disclose that. And they may be approved, and then again, the lender may not have checked to see if they have a home they need to sell, and therefore they can't get a loan unless they sell their home. Setting up the inspection, reading the inspection report, negotiating repairs, dealing with appraisals. If there's a small possibility that the property doesn't appraise, then having to do an appraisal rebuttal. The amount of time invested is hours and hours and hours and hours. And my question is, if you spent 40 hours negotiating your own purchase, is your time better spent working on your law practice?
That's fabulous. Thank you so much.
Okay, good job, Cindy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope I did okay. And all I did is think pain versus pleasure and created that right off the top of my head, guys. Hope I did okay. All right, screen share. There's a lot in here. I hope I find it. Yep, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to talk to you about creating. We're going to start with build a database. We're going to end with an 8x8 touch. And I've already copied and pasted my 8x8 to an email, and I'm going to send that to all of you, including the scripts that I would use in my 8x8. All right, build a database. Make a list of everyone who knows you, likes you, and would work with you. That's your sphere of influence. Make sure you include everyone from your neighborhood, church, temple, any organization or club that you belong to, friends and family members, the gym that you work out at, your doctor's office, meaning your doctor and everybody that works in there that you know, your dentist, hairstylist, CPA, attorney, dry cleaner, everyone. Every time I ask somebody to create their sphere of influence, one of the things that I often hear is I don't know of anybody. And then I put this list in front of them and they go like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I do know some people. You know more people than you think you do. All right, enter every person on this list into your database as part of your sphere of influence. The target here is 100 plus. The more the better, and don't stress if you don't know of anyone, because we've got a plan for that as well. Include their phone number, email, and mailing address. If you're with KW using command, that mailing address is critically important because you're part of the value that you're going to bring to them as a neighborhood nurture on automatic. Play Columbo. Start collecting information, spouses' names, children's names, where they work, how long have they lived in their home, where would they move if they were to move one day, dog's name, cat's name. I want everything in here. Launch an 8x8 drip campaign for everyone in your SOI. So this is starting from scratch. If today was your first day in real estate, or today was a day you decided to start working your database, you're going to create an 8x8 starting today. Now, an 8x8 can be 8 touches in 8 days. It could be 8 touches in 8 weeks. And it could be 8 touches over a 2 or 3 week period with a 2 or 3 day break in between each touch. It's up to you. What would I do? I would do 8 touches over a 3 week period with a 2 or 3 day break between each touch. The goal of the 8 touch program is on the 8th conversation, if you were to ask them Angel, if you knew of somebody that was going to buy a home or sell a home, or if you were thinking of buying a home or selling a home, would you consider working with me? Now remember, this is your SOI, guys. Hopefully you're going to hear yes. Hopefully if you put your mother in this group and you communicate with her 8 times over 3 weeks and you ask her if she was going to buy a home, would she work with you? Hopefully you hear yes. If you don't, that's a problem. Okay, that was funny. Please laugh. All right, what does an 8x8 look like? First touch, mail your resume. Just drop your resume in the mail. And if you're new to real estate, cool, that's your focus. What's your unique value proposition? Your unique value proposition is that you're new to real estate, you're hungry, you're motivated, and you're going to dedicate 100% of your efforts to getting their goals accomplished. And that's exactly why they should hire you. Second touch, this is your first call. Now I'm going to make about a 2 or 3 day break between touch number 1 and touch number 2 because I want them to have received the resume that I sent in the mail. And my phone call, let's see, Angel's in my screen here, so I'll talk to Angel. Hello, Angel. This is John Dietz, and I'm calling to share some exciting news with you. I am working as a realtor with blank, and I was wondering if you could do me a favor.
Sure.
You're going to hear yes. You're going to hear yes. I want you to stop and think about this for a moment. These are people who know you and like you. If Cindy called me and said, John, I wonder if you could do me a favor, I'm multitasking. I'm probably doing 2 or 3 things and walking around. And the moment I hear, I was wondering if you could do me a favor, I'm going to stop and I'm going to pay attention. Because I like her and I want to help her. So those words are important. I was wondering if you could do me a favor. If you knew someone who was going to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, would you refer them to me? Words matter. Say it just like this. Don't say, I was wondering if you knew if somebody was going to buy a home or sell a home, would you call me? If you knew of anybody that was going to buy or sell, would you call me? No, no, no. Have to say it just like this. If you knew of somebody who was going to buy a home, embedded command, sell a home, embedded command, invest in real estate, embedded command, would you refer them to me, embedded command? Third touch, mail a personal note. I'm going to send a personal note out that day. They're going to get it the next day. And my personal note is simply going to say, Paige, thank you for taking time out of your day to chat with me. I enjoyed our conversation, and I'm looking forward to hopefully working with you in the future. You could fill in whatever you want to say there. Fourth touch, email a market update, a link to your website, and a link to download your consumer app. And again, 2 or 3 day break, that goes out. Fifth touch, you're going to make your second phone call. Hello, Cindy, this is blank, following up as promised. You're keeping your promises. That's important. Thank you for taking my call. You're leading with gratitude. Always important. I appreciate you, and my goal as your realtor, I'm assuming the job, is to provide value. Do you have any questions from the market update that I sent you? As a local real estate professional, I have a list of great resources. So if you need anything related to your home or the community, I am always just a phone call away. Sixth touch, email a newsletter, email a LORA report. LORA is Language of Real Estate, for those of you who don't know. And it's tracking year-over-year production for units sold, contracts, listings taken, keeping them updated with what's going on in the market compared to a year ago. Seventh touch, mail a personal note. Eighth touch, this is your last phone call. Hello, Angel. This is blank, following up as promised. Thank you for taking my call. Is there anything that I could do for you today, or do you have any questions from the information that I have sent you? If you know someone that was going to look to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate, would you refer them to me? And when I hear yes, I'm moving them over to a 36 touch. And now I'm going to communicate with Angel 36 times over 12 months in order to nurture the relationship, to bring value, and to hopefully earn the opportunity to work with Angel or to receive referrals. All right, I'm going to stop right there. It's 8:57. Talk to me.
It's just a reminder that for most of us, if you don't have a system in place to do that, life gets busy and opportunity gets lost in the busyness.
Yeah, 100%, Cindy. And guys, just a quick question. Successful real estate agents. What percentage of successful real estate agents do you believe have a database, that they have a group of people, sphere of influence, past clients that they are communicating with in a systematic way? What percentage, if you were to guess, what do you think the answer is?
Less than 10%.
Yeah, Eddie's right. It's less than 10%.
2%.
Yeah. And listen to me, guys. Please, 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 please listen to me. This works. So why wouldn't we do it?
And John, you've done this.
I have.
So
Yeah.
It's proven that it works.
It's correct.
For 13 years, you did this on a very high level. And you're sharing what you've done again and again.
Yes. Thank you, Eddie.
So if you wanted to start that now, but you've already been in the business a couple of years, and you wanted to start, what would your first letter resume look like to your people?
Well, your resume is your resume, right?
Would that be weird though, after a couple of years being in, they get a letter that says what you're doing?
I don't know, you're thinking too much. So don't think. Don't think.
Okay.
All right? I'm serious. Don't think.
Okay.
Just do.
Okay.
Paralysis by analysis.
That's me.
Don't do that. That used to be you.
Okay,
John,
I
I've
like
preached to my
that.
team over and over and over and over again. After 25 years of being in real estate, this is one thing that I did not do until 5 years ago. Could you imagine if I had 20 years of doing this, where would Corey Edwards be?
Good question. Right?
Where would I be?
Good question.
I preach what you preach to us, to our team, so they really understand. Don't do what I did do, because if you do what I say you need to do, then in 20 years down the road, if you're still in this business, where will you be at?
Yeah. Corey, here's what happens. We don't do this because we don't want to sound desperate. We don't do this because we don't want to sound pushy. We don't do this because we don't want to sound salesy to our friends and family members. We don't do this because we believe, this is a myth, by the way, we believe that if they knew somebody that was going to buy a home, they would just call us.
Right.
They're not going to.
They're not.
Your own family members are not going to just call you.
Agreed.
And I asked them, how does it feel when you find out that they've bought a home or sold a home through somebody else? How does it feel?
Yeah. Right. It doesn't feel very good.
Arguments about to ensue.
Yeah, well, Wayne, here's the thing, Wayne, and this is real life, and we're going to close with this. You have a family member who's at a party over the weekend, 4th of July. They're keeping social distance, they're 6 feet apart, all that kind of stuff. And it's a block party and people are talking, and at that party, somebody says, I'm getting ready to sell my house. I just got a new job in Boston. Now your family member knows this person, it's their neighbor, they were a part of the conversation, they heard the neighbor say they're gonna sell their home, and is your family member gonna run home and go, oh, I gotta call Wayne. I gotta call Wayne and let Wayne know that my neighbor's gonna sell their home. No, they're not. Now, if you happen
my family?
Wayne, shut up. If you called them and they're on a 36 touch and you make a phone call, and part of that call is, hey, by the way, if you knew somebody that was going to buy a home or sell a home, would you refer them to me? Who do you know? You're going to hear, oh my gosh, I can't believe you called. I was just at a party this weekend and my next door neighbor, Corey, is getting ready to put his home on the market. 100%. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what's going to happen. But you have to make the call. Here's the other thing that messes with real estate agents. They get incoming referrals. So occasionally they'll get somebody who calls them. I know it happens. It's happened to you, Corey. It's happened to you, Cindy. And they think, I'm working by referral. No, you're not. You're working by luck. You just got lucky that they called you. How many people didn't call you?
Right. Those are those bonus checks.
Oh, all right.
It's a bonus.
Sorry, guys. You got me fired up. All right.
Fired up.
It is 9:03. Time to smile and dial. 20 contacts. One personal note. One appointment scheduled. Add one person to your database. Do that every day for the rest of your real estate career. Oh yeah, add FollowUp forever, and you're building a massively successful real estate business. Everybody make it a great day.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Happy 4th.